Good morning, children. In the previous class, we have completed how the Tao found himself a master. In the same lesson, I was telling you that when we have come across the word heard, I told you that I'll be telling you in the afterwards. I will tell you. I told you, isn't it? And also, in our lesson, as soon as after completing here in page number 21, beep it. Just if you go through that, they are asking us, they are telling us, they are using a new word, what is called as a phrase. What is called as a phrase? What is it they are asking? A summary of the story is given below. Fill in the blanks to complete it, taking appropriate phrases from the box. Phrases. Here usually what we will say, complete the given blanks using the words given below or use the hints given in the box, we will say. But here what is the word they are asking us, they are telling us to use, they are asking us to use phrases. Now let us see what are these phrases. Yes, what is this phrase? It may be a known word for you, but once again I felt that let us have a recap of it. You might have learned in your earlier classes, but let us have a recap of it. What is a phrase? A phrase is nothing but a group of words. A group of words without a subject or a verb. In that group of words, we may not find the verb or we may not find the subject. That group of words, doesn't have any meaning. It will not convey us anything. We don't understand anything by just reading that group of words. Nothing but the phrase. But the same words, if we use in a sentence, it has some unique meaning. It is having a correct definite meaning it will have. What is a phrase now? What did you understand by phrase? Phrase is a group of words without the subject or verb. Now here I have written some examples. A beautiful home, very friendly, near the school, on 26th January. Suppose when I am saying only this, are you able to understand? Are you getting anything? You are feeling that something is incomplete. You feel that something is lacking in this word. So what is lacking here? The subject part is lacking. Now what is the subject? I want to just one line I would like to tell you. Look here everyone. The sun rises in the east. The sun rises in the east. Now this is the complete sentence. Now what I was saying you, the subject. What is the subject? The noun part of the sentence. The to about whom, about what we are talking, about whom, what we are expressing our view in that sentence is called as the subject. Okay, Nana? And the remaining form from here, rises. What is rises? It is the action word. Action word is nothing but it is the verb. From here to the end of the sentence is called as the predicate. Okay, this is only to tell you what a subject is. I was telling you this one. Okay, subject is the main part of the sentence. If I say a beautiful home, what is it conveying any meaning to you? Nothing. So what you should say? I saw a beautiful home in the village. Means what is here? I saw. Okay, I is the subject. It may be the subject, may be noun or it may be the pronoun. The beginning part of the sentence about whom we are talking is called as the subject. From the verb part onwards is called as the predicate. So here what we are doing, that is lacking. If we add the subject and predicate, then this phrase will become complete. It gives a complete unique meaning. That is what a phrase is. Now in our textbook, they have asked us to fill in the blanks taking appropriate phrases from the box. In the box, what they have given? A dog stronger than anyone else, the strongest of all, a wolf, the bear, afraid of man, his own master, a lion. So using these phrases, you have to fill in the blanks. Okay. Now coming to the next bit. Here it is the collective nouns. Yesterday I was telling in the previous class that what is a collective noun. Collective noun is nothing but a group of things or animals or a people. One group is given a name, that is called as the collective noun. Name of a group is called as a collective noun. Okay, we are having a group of people, staff of teachers, okay, a herd of cows or cattle, and what else? A bunch of flowers, a brood of chicks. So here they have given us a list of words are given here, like school, fleet, brood, bundle, bunch, pack, flock, herd. These are the words, they are peculiar words given to, if you find group of ships together, then it is called as a fleet. If you find, we'll say flower bouquet, we'll say that is tied up together. But what here say? Bunch of flowers. Flowers means a bunch with all the flowers together, they are tied up. It is called as a bunch of flowers. Next, a brood of chicks, baby hens, chicks. When all of them, little birds, when they are moving, what do we call that group of chicks? It is brood. Herd of cattle, this we have come across in our lesson. Herd of cattle were running, and who was trying to eat? The bear and the dog, they were trying to go and catch one of the cow, and they wanted to fill their tummy. Next is a bundle of sticks. All the sticks together, if you tie it up, that one is called as a bundle. Next is flock, school, pack. Like that there are many are there collective nouns. Here it is given this, and in the document I will be sending some more list of words. These all you have to learn by heart, because you cannot substitute this word with other words. Okay, this is about the collective nouns. Now next topic is our suffix and prefix. Prefix. Here able I am writing. What is this word? Able I am writing. Here I have written one word, able. Now I will tell one sentence like, they are able to walk on the road. They are able to walk on the road. So what is the sentence I am telling? They are able to walk on the road. But the same word, this able, if they are able to means what the meaning it is telling us? It is telling us they are very comfortable to walk on the road. The same meaning if I use this prefix means to make it opposite, complete opposite word. When we use the prefix, the word will change into complete opposite word. Like, so how the sentence changes now? They are unable to walk on the road. They are unable to walk on the road. Means this prefix to whichever we are to the word whenever we are adding the prefix. Prefix means before the word we will add these letters like able, unable, possible, impossible, understand, misunderstand, advantage, disadvantage, justice, injustice. That means this prefix before the words we will add these letters, it changes the meaning of the word to complete opposite. That is where we will use the prefix before the word, whichever letters we are using, and when the result is always it is opposite meaning. This is about the prefix. Here also I will be giving the list of words in the document. You have to write them in the classwork. Next come to the suffix. Suffix are careful, careless, okay, and miserable. Yes, just now I was telling you about the prefix. Now coming to the suffix, the letters which we use to the given word after the word completes, then it is called as the suffix. Even for the suffix also we are having some letters like NESS, ITY, TY, Y, ABLE, MENT. There are many are there, but here we are going to restrict only up to here. Just now I was telling you some more, but we will restrict to here only. Okay. Here if the main difference between the prefix and the suffix is pre means before the word, suffix means after the word. That is the first point you should remember. Prefix means whichever the letters which are using to the word before the word is called as prefix, and after the word whatever we use they are called as the suffix. This point, is it clear to all of you? Now another thing is when we are adding the words, letters to the word, that word completely changes into a opposite meaning. Changes into opposite meaning. Whereas when we are adding this suffix, it changes into adjective or adverb. Adjective or adverb. Adjective means which describes the noun. Adverb means which tells more about the verb. The horse ran very fast. How the horse is running? It is running very fast. The horse is beautiful. How is the horse? Beautiful. That beautiful word is describing the horse. Whereas the horse runs fast. How the horse is running? Running is the verb. Fast is the adverb. Are you getting my point, children? No need to confuse. Just for your knowledge I am telling. That's it. So here when we add this suffix to the words, they change into adjectives or adverbs. So now here I am going to, here these words also I have given a number of words are given, and in the textbook also they have given us 22 page number B bit none. Honest, honesty, we are using Y. Kind, we can use kindly or kindness, that also it is becoming the adjective. Cruelty, it is also the adjective. Bitter, bitterly. Sensitive, sensitively. So like this it will change the verbs into adjectives or adverbs. Here the list, which words are changing to adjectives and which words are changing into adverbs, that list I will be giving in the PDF. Understood, children, what we have discussed today? We have discussed about the phrases, about the collective nouns, about the prefix and suffix. That's all for this today's class. So whatever we have completed now, you have to complete textbook page number 22 you have to complete. Okay ma? Thank you.